Okay, welcome to Q&A with Molly and Lusine. Okay, so these are all awkward questions.
I don't think I
makeup related cues, but also like life cues.
Okay.
If you're staying over a guy's place, you just started dating, do you still take your makeup off before you go to sleep, or just sleep in it so he doesn't see the monster you really are underneath all this Becca champagne pop? Yes, they did.
They did
I
not.
love her. Riot. 100% keep your makeup on.
You're saying she's ugly?
No, she's gorgeous. And any guy
Then
would be lucky to wake up next to you.
Why is she saying that? Ladies, you're beautiful. You're naturally beautiful. So don't be afraid to take your makeup off.
Okay, everyone's beautiful. We all love each other and ourselves. Now, definitely keep your makeup on, right? I
say,
like in the beginning of a relationship.
How much
like
makeup do you have on?
Let's
Do you have
see.
lashes?
Should we go to her Instagram?
Let me see.
It's private.
It's private.
I can't tell.
She looks beautiful from her. You shouldn't be afraid to take off your makeup.
No, don't be afraid to take off your makeup, but it's like fun when you start dating a dude and you're like sleeping over and like you.
But eventually you're gonna take it off.
Yeah, of course. Look, here's my answer. If you promise me that every night that you're home, you're washing your face and putting on your oils and going to sleep, because that's like 12 hours of
makeup,
restorative, whatever, then leave your makeup on when you start dating a dude. It's fun.
What's the second question?
Okay, Celia Gustavson wants to know what my YouTube is. And it's youtube.com/Molly Tarlov.
Molly Tarlov.
It has no videos yet, but they're coming. So the Life of Mariana wants to know what's the easiest type of eyeliner to use: liquid, gel, marker, etc.
Honestly, it depends on the look, first of all, you're going with.
Yeah.
Because if you want like a smoked out look, then pencil's the best, because then it's easier to like smoke out. One of my favorites is the Frankie Rose, because it allows you time to blend, but then it sets, so it's not like you're not dripping. I'd stay away from like products especially if you're oily, that have a lot of wax in it, because what that does is tends to drip and move, and then you've got like dark under eye circles. So you want to use a pencil, for example, has staying power. As far as a liquid liner, like a winged liner, I personally like using gels. A really good gel liner that I like using is number one, again, Frankie Rose Cosmetics. They're killing it in the gel game. It's amazing.
Where do you get Frankie Rose?
I used to carry it in my salon. I believe they carry it online and certain locations. But I believe that they may be in some stores now. I'm not sure. You can just Google them.
I like Max Gel
Frankie
Pot
Rose.
too.
Max Gel Pot's good, but Max Gel Pot dries a little bit, like it's not super dark. It's kind of like dark gray, if you know what I mean. Another one, if you want a black gel, then Inglot gel liner is super black. The only thing is it dries so quickly, but they also have have a little, I don't have it with me right now, but they have this liquid that you can dilute anything that you want to liquefy and make waterproof even more. So if you mix that, it's just easier. And I use a pencil. One of my favorites is this Senna Cosmetics pencil pencil liner. It's the right amount of height, the right amount of like how stiff it is, because you don't want it too stiff and you don't want it too soft, because then it doesn't give you the control you need. So this is a really great brush. It's Senna number 000.
Can I say what
Yes.
I would do? Because I'm not like very...
What would you do?
I would use like this kind of brush, because it's not as thin as that, and so it's easier to just whoosh, and then you just swoop it out.
Exactly.
And so that angled.
What Molly's showing is the flat angled liner brush. This one's by MAC. It's the number 2. Is it 63 or 83? I think it's 63 or 83. It's like rubbed off a little bit. But it's a flat angled liner, and it's easier to use if you're using it on yourself. I just like to, you can tilt your head back a little bit, and as you're looking in the mirror, and I even wet a powder, and just wet the powder because it's easier than a gel. and just like literally tap, tap, tap as close, and it'll just give you a straighter line.
Yeah.
If you wanna.
And then I put pencil on the waterline.
Yeah, and pencil on the waterline.
I like Urban Decay pencil. And
I do like the Urban Decay pencil. I haven't used it I haven't used it in a minute, but I do remember using it a while back. It was one of my favorites.
So Lovely's_secret says, I need a foundation and concealer that won't make my face oily. My face is a mix of oily and dry. LOL. Please help. You got it. This is what I would do. Do you want to hear?
Yes.
Or you go first.
Okay. So what I would do is if someone has super combination skin where you're really oily in the T-zone and super dry on the perimeters of the face, I normally just moisturize the skin with an oil-free moisturizer. Then once that's set, I use like a mattifying primer in the T-zone and then a hydrating primer around the face. Then once that's set, you can go in with pretty much any foundation that's good for most skin types. I love using the Makeup Forever, the HD foundation, because you can definitely work it into the skin, and because in your T-zone you have this mattifying primer, it will help it stay more matte. And then you finally, the final step would be powdering and setting that in. So you would concentrate more of the setting powder into the T-zone so you can lock in that foundation, and then lightly blend the rest of your
What setting
your
powder would you?
If you're oily, I love using the MAC Studio Fix powders, but the MAC Studio Fix is great. You can really like set it in. It really finishes with a really pretty matte finish. Just blurs the skin, makes the skin look flawless. You can also, if you wanted to go a little bit lighter, use the Laura Mercier, and I think the powders are in there, but the Laura Mercier loose powder, and just really press in. Again, depends on the brush you use. If you
that's
want
harder to work with.
Yeah, and if you want more, you want to press in the powder more, you can use a more dense brush and just really set it in. If you want something like super, super light around the perimeters, use something that's a little bit more soft and fluffy, and that way it just kind of like gives you a wash of powder instead of like a heavy powder. Well, I hope we answered some of your questions. If you have more, just go ahead and comment below. We'll be happy to answer your questions. And we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Thank you so much for being here, Molly, and helping me answer questions, of course. Bye, guys.
Bye.